clicking on these videos, and this is Tea with Ange, and I'm glad you're here because we are back talking about love, intimacy, and sex with my favorite topic person, Kate Scoggins. She's with us again today, and we get to continue this conversation, so hang out with us. We are in Glendale at a really, really cute place called Wild Oak Cafe. Look at this menu. I love this menu. They've got breakfast and lunch. Take a look.
It's in like the canyon and the mountains.
Yes, it is in the canyons, yes. And it's cheap because it's like, you have a great drive here, right? From your house.
It's all mountain.
Yeah, so you guys have to come check this out. This is so adorable. And the people here, the owner, is so nice. And she really wants to make sure that like your experience is great. Okay, so we have drinks, but they are on the way. They'll come bring them out to us and get started with this conversation. I'm really excited about this. Let's talk about now for you and your husband, like what plays into your love life that makes it so good.
We've been married 18 years, so there's a lot of history there. But I think what makes the intimacy so vibrant now is a level of trust that we just didn't have when we were young. I think that comes from really pressing into communication and vulnerability. So I don't know if you're into personality tests, but I am an 8 on the Enneagram. But my personality just makes for a very hard surface. It's like a castle in here, and I like the high tower. But it has meant that it has taken my husband years to find his way to that place in my heart where I feel safe to share those, secret places. And are we ready to try?
Ready to try.
Cheers.
Cheers to chai tea latte. That's so hot. I just burned my mouth.
Oh no.
That's so good though. Both of these drinks are so good. She's got milk and sugar in her poker. I just chai tea latte. It's so good and so hot. So with me and my past, there wasn't trust, right? And so I mentioned this in the last video that I didn't get to get that experience because I never had trust in there. So I always felt like I couldn't be vulnerable. I was always guarded. I didn't feel free. I also talked about how I struggled with pornography, and I think that played a whole thing in my mind. So I really never got that experience, and so in my life now as a single, I have this desire to wait for different reasons, not because of religion, but just because I want to do something different and see how it turns out. It's almost like an experiment. I desire to have trust. I desire to have intimacy. I desire to have that, and so I believe if I fight to wait, that maybe I can experience that, or at least wait until you really have that trust there. And I think the work starts with me. Like if you haven't seen the other videos of Tea with Ange, we talk a lot about self-love and healing those wounds, so that it's huge, so that you can experience real love, real intimacy. And I think we forget about how we just jump into the next thing. You see a guy that's cute, he gives you attention, and you're just like, yeah, let's do it. I'm working on that. I've worked on a lot of healing, and I still feel like I have room to heal even more so, because I do struggle with trust. And it's not that I don't trust men necessarily, is that I don't trust myself to attract the right person. I don't trust myself to like the right person.
Did you ever read a book called Getting the Love You Want?
No. Okay, her and these book recommendations.
So, I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize for that. It's a great book. You need to go read it.
Okay, so
Getting the Love You Want.
By somebody.
Yes, by 2 psychologists.
Okay, we'll look at it.
It's great. Yeah, link it for sure.
I had to link all your other books. And this book, and this book, and this website, and this website.
They specifically talk about how our past dictates the future, okay? And more so because of the unconscious mind decisions that we make. And how, if you've been hurt in the past, you actually are drawn to those types of people moving in the future if you don't heal and you don't work through this. And so it's this profound book on why we do that, how we do it, how you can move out of it into something more healthier for you. And then there's like workbooks and a test you can do to kind of find out where you are on that path. But it ended up really bringing some healing to our relationship. Being like, okay, this is where I'm feeling this, or this is why I do this. And I didn't know why I was doing it, but now I understand. And there's just a lot of decisions and things that, reactions that happen in relationships between two people that you're like, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why am I reacting this way? And it kind of helps to say, oh,
if you guys remember Jessica Hartley, she was the very first Tea With Ange. She is my daughter's teacher, and she's teaching a class called Effective Communication. She has been reading a book called Legacy of the Heart.
Okay.
And it talks about pain and how we act after we've experienced pain based from our childhood. So it starts in your childhood and how we live afterwards because of how we see the pain. Right. So pain is such a huge indicator of how we will live. Yeah, we have all this pain and we have hurt and tragedy and things all the way from the beginning of our lives, right? With our either parents or family or friends.
I mean, I believe it can go even in utero.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And we can grow up asking the wrong questions about our pain.
Oh, for sure.
Reading books is so key, I believe, to working through issues in our lives and learning how to work better in relationships, and whether it's our relationship with ourselves or our relationship with others.
We got to a point in our relationship after like 11 years where we just were like, we need to go to therapy. Like, we don't have tools in our toolbox anymore to accommodate the history, the years. Like, we know each other's buttons like instantly.
Yeah.
And we have no problem pressing them.
Yeah.
And so we've got to figure out how to unlock some of that so that,
it's good.
because the tools we learned when we were first married, after 11 years, they're not going to help us anymore. Like, those are infantile. We need something a little bit more mature to handle.
Oh, that's so good.
So being able to share the things that are going on, and that's either the pain that we're still healing from, that's the places we want to grow, the things that we want to explore and move into. Like, there's just a lot there, and it takes a lot of, I don't think that I realized how much communication was going to be needed. And I feel like
communication is so key. It's like, as I've gotten older, I become more of an introvert because you become more careful with like who you associate with.
For sure.
So I'm more withdrawn when I go into a group of people. I'm kind of just observing people, and I'm not as like, hey, I want to be everybody's friend right now. But when it comes to like having a relationship, I'm scared because I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be as open at first. I'm going to probably be like, who are you? And I got a lot of baggage. Don't come in here trying to be, Let's help married people here. Because there's so much beauty in what you guys have, and I know nothing's perfect, and I know you don't have a perfect relationship going, but what is it that you guys are doing that's allowing you to be giddy about him?
There's not one thing that's going to point me to say, oh, this is why I'm giddy about my husband, right? Except to say that we've worked at maintaining intrigue. Okay, silly, very like materialistic or like surface, but like I bought him a coat 2 years ago. It's like one of those wool coats, tan colored, like the ones that those guys on like Pinterest, if you're on Pinterest, you know what I'm talking about, women. But like those guys are wearing those wool coats that are tan, like down to the knee. Like there's just things where it's like, hey, I think you'd look really cute in this, and I want to see you in it. And we do that to each other. So there's that. Yeah. We keep our bodies looking good for each other.
Good.
So
good.
It's not about,
love that one.
It's not about like, oh, because I'm married, like I've got to, it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
For us, it does matter. It actually probably matters
even more.
You
care about your body.
I care about
your body. You're taking care of it. Like you care about feeding yourself the right stuff, going on walks, just taking care of yourself.
I don't want to lose interest. And his his mind, I don't know fully. I'll never know fully. And so the things that he's thinking about intrigue me. I want to know, like, and I think too, especially for wives, like, we do two things. We always pray in the morning together before we go off and split our ways, and we always come back at the end of the day and hear each other.
Oh, that's good.
And so I want to know how his day was. And yes, I have homeschooled the children. I have made 3 meals. I have cooked and cleaned, and like, I'm exhausted at 6 p.m. when we all sit down together for a meal. But I still want to know what happened. I think all of these things, all of it combined, the moments where he's paying attention and remembering things about me or checking in with me and giving me attention, those count, those matter. The flowers that I got, those matter to me, and tell me that you care. The fact that you remembered and sent me an email, hey, you wanted this, right? And like a snapshot or something, like, yes, actually, I mentioned that a year ago. I did want that.
That's cute.
So there's just these ways in which we're always thinking about each other.
It's just like anything that you work for, that you really get excited about, and then you get there, or you don't necessarily get there, but you reach these different milestones, and it's like, wow, this was so worth it. That's what I feel like you guys have. It's like every time you have an intimate moment together, it's like celebrating the work you've done together.
Yeah. And you feel that.
Yeah.
You feel
What about the fact that you both are opposite in personalities?
Very much so.
And
on all levels.
Yeah, how does that play into, because it sounds like you have a great communication habit, process. How did that affect you in the beginning, like early on, being introverted? And actually, I know he brought a lot of your shyness out.
Yeah. I don't have a problem sharing.
Okay.
So, and I actually like deep conversation. I thrive on that. He is a verbal processor, and I am just not.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so for him, it's very easy to communicate his feelings. It's very easy for him to kind of even discuss out loud, like, well, what if we did this? And like, or what if we went over here? What about, there's always this path too. And you've got to give me like 24 hours
to process and think about everything
things.
quietly.
Yeah, quietly.
Oh, interesting.
And so if it's a big conversation, I'll take in what he's saying and say, okay, I don't know how I'm feeling right now, but I'll get back to you. We're going to take a time out and I'll resume this conversation.
Was he able to deal with that well since the beginning, or did it take him time?
No, it takes time, because you're
because as me, I would be like,
panicked. You get a little panicked. It's like, listen, you just have to hold to a promise. You have to give it time. I will get back to you this time within these next 24 hours. And we're going to have a conversation again, and I'm going to come back and be ready to share.
yeah, that's good.
And then it's just the hard work of like figuring out that minefield, because I haven't been a feelings person. So my therapist gave me like a list of 50 feelings on a piece of paper. I laminated it and I use it all the time.
Wow.
So how does it make you feel? And I'm like, hold on, let me go to my paper.
That's cute. Yeah, if I want to wrap it up on talking really briefly about when it comes to sex and marriage, are there any boundaries?
We for sure have boundaries.
Okay.
A couple of things. You can have a first look, but you can't have a second. So
First look, but you can't
have a second. So like, you can notice someone and their beauty, but you can't take a second.
Oh, that's awesome. Because that's natural.
Yeah, it's natural. Like, God made beautiful people. Like, of course.
Right.
But going back for a second look means that
It's an issue.
It's a little too,
Okay.
So we do that one. We both have the opportunity, the option to say, this person, when you're around this person, it makes me uncomfortable, and I need you to recognize that and notice me. The opportunity to say, this person makes me uncomfortable or insecure. It makes me insecure. That's really what it is.
That's good.
And I need you to make sure that you are remembering me.
Yeah.
And say, my husband's come to me saying, hey, this person makes me uncomfortable or whatever. If we're in a room together, I'll make sure that there's more physical touch. I'll make sure that there's more eye contact. I'll make sure that our distance in different conversations is always returning back. If that makes sense.
I love that.
The third one would be the marriage bed is sacred. It's for the two of us. Okay, so there's a lot of freedom in that.
Well, let's talk about that freedom. Are there no-nos in the bedroom between you two? Or is everything open? Are there boundaries in the bedroom?
If it's between the two of us, there are no boundaries.
It's beautiful.
But that takes a lot of time. And I think a lot of people in the early stages of their relationship wish that they had this, or wish that they could go to this level, or like, why can't we do this? And I think you're talking about trust. You're talking about things that, like, what are we doing now? And we've had instances where, because it's all about communicating, like, hey, I'd like to go try this, or can we, because you're not going to be like, hey, I bought this toy while you're in the middle of, like, that doesn't come to that. Have those conversations outside of the bedroom before they happen.
Right.
But we've had moments where, a topic has been brought up and I'm like, no, I am not doing that. That is not happening.
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, 3 years later, like, it's totally fine with it.
Okay.
It's in the bedroom. So I think, you've got to have patience, recognize that, like, hey, my partner, I would like to move forward. These are some of the things that I'm thinking about and wanting to explore. But, like, give them time.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to settle it, like, put it out there, and it's not rejection. It looks like it, and maybe it even feels like it, but it's not that.
Yeah.
And there's opportunity for growth and change. You're just gonna have to help me warm up to that.
Yeah. Our society is so busy.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people who are married lose their intimacy, lose their connection because they're busy with work, taking kids here, taking kids there. Everyone's always separate. Sometimes it's the wife works during the day, the husband works at night, or vice versa. And there's just no time for them to date each other.
Yeah, dating is it's not for just singles.
Yeah, exactly.
The marriage has to be fed. It's going to be fed by time and communication.
Exactly.
And you can't neglect those things.
Right.
We often do, like, if we, we're not in this stage now, but when our kids were younger, because we have a child who's old enough to babysit all the time.
Yeah.
But we would often do, like, an early dinner for the kids and then put them to bed, or like, hey, you're gonna go have reading time in bed, and then we would light candles and have a nice dinner together. So it doesn't require a lot, but I will definitely say it has required me to, like, drink coffee at 3 p.m.
Right.
Or, like, we're all moms, like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So I have a coffee at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
My motto, or the thing that I live by about being a homemaker, is that I want my home to be a refuge from the world. And it can't be a refuge if the house is in chaos.
Wow.
Of course, there have been moments, lots of them, where the house is in chaos. There are 3 children who live in this home. Their toys are everywhere. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
I will say that even if the house is in chaos, I do try to maintain my bedroom for us. So, like, toys can't go in there. I try to keep the laundry out of there as much as possible. Like, the laundry can live in the living room until it gets folded. Like, it's just not going to come into the bedroom.
Oh, that's good.
So that even if the house in its moments of chaos is run over, there's still a sacredness that is protected for our room. Of course, that's not always going to be the case.
Yeah.
But, like, that is how I kind of segment the house a little bit.
All right, this was an amazing conversation with you, Kate, and I really appreciate it. We're gonna have to think of another topic. I love having this with you. It's so good. It's just so clear and concise and cute. Look at this shirt. Where'd you get the shirt?
Girls, this is just Amazon.
I love that shirt. I so want that shirt. Anyway, all right, you guys, thanks for hanging out with us today. Hope that you guys got tons out of this. This is the part 2, so I hope that you feel like you can take what you learned here from Kate and maybe a little bit from me and put it into your own life, put it into your own situation, and move forward. This was really important to me to talk about this because I'm afraid of intimacy, or I have been afraid, but thanks to Kate and listening to her, I'm inspired to work towards that in my own self so that I can have it with someone else in the future. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to love other people. Share your stories because obviously it blesses others and you'll be impacting lives. And we'll see you next time on Tea with Ange. Bye!